Alright, who is this person? I know I'm trying to think of like fairy tales and stuff. Like, is this a character from... Anyway, this is my second video of me reading chapter 11 of Dealing with Dragons. Some of her opinion must have crept into her tone because the Stone Prince nodded glumly. You're right, it was a mistake. As long as I didn't pick a king to serve, all the messengers and ambassadors and envoys stayed, hoping to persuade me. The inns around the castle were stuffed with them. It got to the point where I couldn't show my face without at least 3 of them pouncing on me. Finally, I couldn't stand it anymore and I ran away. Ran away, kind of like Cimmerine did. It was a relief at first not having everyone hovering over me, waiting for me to do something great. But after a while I started feeling uncomfortable. Then I realized that even if nobody around me expected me to do anything special in the service of a king, I expected me to do something. I was so flustered that I ran up to the next palace I saw and asked whether the king needed any services done. It turned out that he was ill, and the doctors told him the only thing that would cure him was a drink of the water of healing from the caves of fire and night. So I left to get it at once. So that's what you were doing, Cimmerine said. The Stone Prince had already given her another gloomy nod. I should have known better. That king has 3 sons, and the first 2 had already gone off to get the water and failed. Anyone with sense would have seen that the youngest son was the one who would succeed. It sticks out all over. But I was eager to do my great service and get it over with, and I didn't stop. And what happened? Well, it took me a long time to find the caves at night, but once I did, it wasn't hard to find the water of healing. The chamber's getting crowded. All the princes who've tried to get the water and failed have been turned into slabs of rock. I know, I've seen them, Cimmerine said. Watch out for your head, the ceiling is low here. Then you know what it's like, and you've seen the 2 dippers on the wall by the spring. The Stone Prince's shoulders sagged. I knew I should use the tin one. It was one of the first things we learned at school, but I thought it wouldn't do any harm if it just looked at the gold one, so I took it off the wall. As soon as I touched it, I started to stiffen up. Said Cimmerine. The Stone Prince was obviously well aware of how foolishly he'd behaved. She saw no reason to make him feel worse by pointing it out to him again. Oh. So I stuck my arm in the spring, the prince said. You struck your arm... Oh, I see. That was clever, Cimmerine said. Do you really think so? The Stone Prince asked anxiously. I thought that since the water from the spring is going to turn all the slabs of stone back into princes when someone finally succeeds in the quest, then the water ought to keep me from turning into a slab of stone in the first place. Only it didn't work the way I expected, he finished disconsolately. Sorry. I can see that, Cimmerine said. But at least he can still do things. It would be much worse to have to lie there, waiting for the right prince to come along and break the spell. Oh my god, that just hit me! Waiting for... Oh my god, like Sleeping Beauty and like... But it's reversed, like the genders are... Oh my god, my brain is... Oh my god, this chapter isn't okay. I wouldn't have had to lie there very long, the Stone Prince said. That king's youngest son is going to arrive any day now, I just know it. Anyway, if I was Slab of Stone, I wouldn't know about it until it was all over and I'd be turned back into a prince again. How do you know? Cimmerine demanded. Have you ever been a stone slab? The Stone Prince looked startled. No, I haven't. I never thought of that. Well, start thinking now, Cimmerine said tartly. Here's the service room. Wait here for me and don't go wandering off if I'm late getting back. I don't know how long this errand is going to take, and it would be very awkward for me if the dragons found you roaming through their tunnels. I'll remember, the Stone Prince promised. But what do I do if someone comes in? Duck into the banquet area, Cimmerine said, showing him. And if someone comes in there too, curl up in the corner and pretend you're a rock. Well, there you go. All right, the prince said doubtfully. Cimmerine did not like leaving him, but she was even less enthusiastic about taking him to see Roxime. Roxime probably wouldn't object to the prince himself, though Cimmerine suspected that there might have been some difficulty over his proposed theft of the water of healing. But explaining everything to the gray-green dragon would take hours. Roxime was nice, but he tended to take a simple view of things, and the prince's situation was anything but simple. So Cimmerine gave the prince one more warning, just to make sure he understood, and started off toward Roxime's cave to finish her errand. I actually like that. His situation was anything but simple. Because a lot of the traditional fairy tales are very simple. It's just this happens, morality is black and white, but no, actually, it's not at all. Oh my god, this book is... What is this book? I can't believe I've never heard of this. This is too much. This is too much.